Well, day finally came. I am here and we did it. I did it. I'm gonna get this land.
Continue on US 33.
I got it. I signed this morning. I could have done it virtually, but I wanted to see my real estate agent. I wanted to go through the full process once again. So I went down and I signed the paperwork this morning. Nice, thick, healthy packet. Big packet of paperwork. So I'm headed back to the house now. Now it was, first part was smooth. But this last part, that was a journey. So let me get into that real quick. I'm excited. I'm coming down, but I'm still excited from this process. So I had to do if you remember my last video, I had to do a wire transfer. And with that wire transfer, I needed to go to the bank. So this was Wednesday night. I went to the bank. Hold on. I went to the bank and I proceeded to wanted to get a wire transfer. Well, the credit union, I went to a credit union. The credit union told me they were not able to do the wire transfer because their wire had gone down 2 or 3 days prior. So I said, all right, what's my other options? Because I have to get this transaction completed. This isn't something I can mess around with. They said, well, we can do a cashier's check. No, we're not doing a cashier's check. If I wanted a cashier's check, I would have asked for a cashier's check. I have to get this done by Friday. So then they said, well, I don't know. I said, well, I'll need to take out my money. I'll have to take it out, and I'll have to take it to a bank. By this time, it's almost 5 o'clock. At first, they said they were not going to be able to give me the money, considering the amount of money that I had to take out. They said, oh no, it's not my fault. I drove 40 minutes. Now, my bank is 40 minutes away, and the reason why this credit union is 40 minutes away is because one of my tactics to save some money is not having it readily available. If I want it, I really have to need it in order to drive 40 minutes to get it. So I said, I don't care if it's in quarters, 50s, I need my money. So they gave me my money. I'm walking around with all of this money. Well, my other bank, that is in my small town, they had closed, but there was another branch that was open until 6 p.m. So I went over there. That was where the mess started. I walk in, there's some Haitians, there's 3 Haitians, there's a lady on the left and the right, and then there's a gentleman that's standing next to them. They are speaking French, and one of them is acting as an interpreter, and they're going through whatever transaction they're going through. That was 10 minutes or so I'm waiting. The last 5 minutes, the lady could speak English. So the lady on the left who was speaking French, and having an interpreter, all of a sudden she could speak English. So they could have eliminated that 25 minutes ago. Anyway, I was like, this is crazy. So I go up there to get the wire transfer. By now it's too late to send the transfer. So I said, hey, I need to get this over. If I deposit this cash tonight, well, we don't want to deposit it tonight. You have to do this TTL and all this other stuff. I know that that's pretty easy, but evidently he didn't want to do that. So I didn't get the money deposit. He was acting real funny about that. The other thing was, he told me, you can take it to Walmart. I am not taking this amount of money to Walmart. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to do Western Union. And I'm glad that I didn't, because when I went this morning to close, it would have messed my closing up. I would have had to have gone and they only do certain amounts. And it would have taken 2 or 3 days possibly for the closing agency to even receive those funds from that wire transfer for me to receive them with the amount of money that I had to put down. So that was just crazy. But so if you're going to buy land, and this is just my experience, I can only talk from my experience. I know that people have got on in the comments, and I've had some very positive things. Thank you for the positive things. But I've had people saying, this isn't true, that never happened. These are my experiences. And I'm not going to lie about my experience. I know that some people like to, whether they call them, not exaggerated truth. The exaggerated truths are lies, basically. I'm not doing that. People can verify what I am saying. But I have no reason to get on here to lie to you about something that's going on. So when I tell some of these old stories about these sundown towns and these things like this, this is my experience, my firsthand experience from this. I got in this morning I closed in a little town, Athens, Ohio, and there is a college out there. It's a small college town. Very nice town. Looks like something out of one of, we're going through the seasons, the Christmas season. One of those little towns, the old houses, they have people go door to door and carol and things like that. It looks like one of those towns. My closing agent was very friendly. She came out. She had on all white. They were going to some Christmas party this evening. So she was telling me about that. She had her hip replacement surgery on Monday, and she's closing with me today on Friday. I was like, wow, that was crazy. She's up walking around. She has a little walker. But it was a good experience. That took, because my agent, her, and myself, we just sat around and shot the breeze. I didn't have this with my first house. Everything was all business. This was great. We were talking about guns. We were talking about the no-till motel that is across the street from her office. We were talking about chainsaws. We were talking about land. She just bought some property. It was a good experience, fam. It was a good experience. So this is one of the best experiences with buying land that I have had. I hope to have many more. I also found out that you can set up in Ohio, by Ohio law. I bought the county that I bought my property in. I can set that up as my residence and it not affect my other residents. And then if I decide to buy another property, as long as I buy it in another county, I can set that up without having to pay any additional costs or fees or taxes and all that other stuff. That was crazy. Even my real estate agent didn't know that. So I feel really blessed. People gave me ways on how to set up an address. Because they are local, they showed me where, Home Depot and the things are around that town. Menards, I think there's a Home Depot and a Lowe's. There is a Husqvarna shop that is not far from that title place, which is not far from me. So I do have a dealer to have my chainsaw worked on. It was just a good experience. So other than that, I can't say anything but anything negative. We got it done. We got it done. I'm happy. Now I have to pay for this sucker. Oh, now I got to pay for it. But that's going to be okay too. This weekend I'm going out to put up the no trespassing signs and get the chain for the gate and yada yada yada. So I just wanted to get on here while I was driving and give you guys that update. And with that, I'm gonna get home, get to posting this. This will probably come out either today or tomorrow. As always, that thummy thingy up or down, if you could hit that for me, that I greatly appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video. To all my subscribers, thank you. I think I'm up to 86 now. I appreciate and love every one of you. To anybody who hasn't subscribed, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose by hitting the thummy thingy up or down? And what do you have to lose by subscribing? Nothing. Go ahead and do that for me if you could. Hit the comment section. And with that, Big Unc out.